LA skate spots. There you see those Jaquan quarters there.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I've never been there, of course. Those are scary. You know, standing up top and looking down, they're pretty steep.
We're also hearing rumors of guys potentially dropping in on those today.
Or maybe girls.
And girls. Women's Street right around the corner. So here's Jordan Hoffert, who tried to get into Street League last year via video series. So this is his first opportunity to skate in the format and the course as he finishes up there.
Jordan told me that he wanted to do that trick that he just did in the impact section, but I was like, yeah, I don't think they're going to count that.
So Hoffert's first score coming in at a 4.8. Again, each skater getting 2 attempts here in the flow section. We count the best score. They're now the 2 top dogs in the select series. Greg Lutzka, what's he got? Attempt number 1.
Lutzka, so focused as usual. He's been in every practice that I've seen. Frontside flip on the quarter pipe, straight up and down.
And he's a guy, Clem, we've said it all season long. He understands this format. He knows how these courses work. He was in Street League once upon a time. Manny is so dialed in and getting into Street League, but Lutzka's right there behind him.
Yeah, he's right behind him. And I'd like to see Lutzka get in because he really wants it. He wants to be part of it. And he's given 110%. Nollie board slide on that A-frame. I've heard a lot of guys say they really enjoy that obstacle, that A-frame rail.
Yeah.
They said they're really liking it. I call that the Lutzka, you know, the 270 lift.
That's him.
That's what he does.
So
not exactly what he wanted in that run, but...
And again, this is where it really comes in of understanding flow, that 45 seconds, as we take another look earlier in Lutzka's run.
Proper frontside flip. Look at that catch. Boom. Floating right up to his feet.
And that's another part of understanding not only this section but this contest. You've got to time your runs out well. Manny Santiago does it as well as anybody in the select series.
Frontside flip 50-50. 360 shoves.
Now, what do you think, Clem? I mean, there's a lot on the line here. Manny's in the lead. Does he play it safe or does he go for the win here today?
Knowing Manny, he's gonna go for the win. I think he got a little cameraman interference right there, possibly, right?
He's frustrated. It happened a couple times already in this first run. But he's still got about 15 seconds to play with here.
Nollie board slide. You know, we were watching practice earlier, Brando. Did you notice there were 2 collisions while we were just watching?
That's true.
Maybe the course is, you know, sometimes when you have the big quarter pipes on the end and you can have that the speed and you have that collision possibility. 360 flip, 360 shove. Lip slide right there, and that was scary. He was joking around. He could have eaten it really easily.
Well, a great first run for Manny Santiago as we await his score coming in. As we take another look, a 7.3 for Manny, jumping him up. By the way, Lutzka got a 5.7 previously, but it's Manny leading the way thus far.
There's that 360 shove whip. Manny's got that one dialed.
Manny is an LA guy. He's got his family out here, including the little one.
You notice no one's hit the impact section so far?
Yeah,
by choice?
You think that's by choice or just a product of running out of time?
You know, that and just the way it's set up, and it's hard to skate. You know, I've heard a lot of comments on that. Hey, those rails, those out rails have that rack potential.
Yeah, because they're not rounded rails. They're squared off rails.
Yeah. Jordan going for that wall ride. Frontside yank off. Yes.
Hoffert's another guy. This is the first time we're seeing him this year.
Yeah, you know, Jordan Hoffert, hard worker, and I think we were talking about this yesterday. No sponsors. I mean,
crazy.
No high-paying sponsors that are getting him around. You know, he's got some people sending him stuff, but yeah, it's a very, very unique situation to have him in this, and the proper wall ride, frontside grab off.
Well, Hoffert's second score coming in at a 3.9. Disappointing. He's going to hold on to that first run of a 4.8 as he stays in third in this heat. Remember, these guys aren't just battling each other to get in the final. 2 more heats of skaters to go. Here's Greg Lutzka trying to best a 5.7 previously.
Switch tail slide, making it look so easy, as he does. Looks like Lutzka's going for the same run, but he's got the strategy. That's how he does it.
Well, he did have a couple bails in that first run. I would think if he can execute this one flawlessly, that 5.7 will jump up considerably.
Tail slide 270 out. You see skates in the I don't know, what do you call that area? But it looks like a museum. That's what I wanted to say.
You know, this footprint is a little bit longer than what we saw in Munich. That was much more of a squatty, but all the more flowable course we saw last time we saw these dudes.
Lutzka's staying on. Looks like he's going for it. Impact section. Here we go.
One final trick. As he hits the out ledge, yes.
Tailslide fakie. So a switch tailslide fakie, a tailslide fakie, a tailslide 270 out. I wonder what the judges are going to think of that. You know, 3 tailslide tricks.
Well, we take a look. A 7.7 coming in for Lutzka as he overtakes Manny for the top spot, but a very clean run for Lutzka. But that's what we've seen all season long in the Select Series from Lutzka.
Yeah, can't be surprised at that.
So here's Manny Santiago trying to best the 7.3.
Oh, no. Pass flipping. Oh, he's got his phone in his pocket? Doesn't he have someone to hold that?
Hey, don't leave home without it, man.
Yeah, all right. In case he has to Instagram right in the middle of his run. He's ready to go.
Manny, again, is so clinical in this format, understands exactly what he needs, won't let that deter him. And you can bail a couple of times. The judges won't necessarily hold that against you because they look at it as an overall body of work.
Yeah, you're right. Making his way around the course. Getting stuck on that rail in a nollie feeble. You know, I heard a couple days ago that someone saying the metal was not grinding how they wanted it to grind.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. You know, and again, it's just a testament that you never see the same course twice, right?
No, you don't.
Everything's different obstacles.
Yeah, and whatever supplier you're getting that product from, I mean, it could vary a little bit.
So a 3.2, Manny Santiago 7.3. He has jumped down to second place. We will see him and the rest of Heat 1 taking on the impact section right after this. All good.
Say too much about it over the air, but there's. Impact. Yep, that's every time today. Flow, impact. Tomorrow will be Yeah, you could have taken it. We're going to say a minute, 30 seconds. Hey, there's no like, we're not doing the best trick out.
Welcome back to the Street League Skateboarding Select Series. In the middle of qualifying here for heat number 1, and it was Greg Lutzka putting it down, taking the overall lead thus far. But Clem, we take a look at another masterpiece put on by California Skate Parks here for the Street League at X Games. Check this out, man.
Looks amazing. I love the colors, the pattern, the paint on the ground. And these little plates.
Yeah.
It's got that museum
What do you
feel.
want? You want an up and down rail, 4 solid volcano? You want an outlet?
You want some scary out rails?
Yeah. You want some quarters?
You got it. It's all there. Jaquan quarters. You can go. You just go practice on those any Sunday afternoon if you like.
See inspiration of Mid-Wilshire there, but they've done a great job this year of really implementing sort of the regional style look.
Everywhere we've been.
What you see. So it's impact section time. Jordan Hoffert wasting no time hitting the rail. Again, each skater getting 5 attempts. We count the 3 best scores.
Started out with that outlet or out rail, and then going for the kickflip on the little bank. What happened there, Jordan? What are you doing? Why even bother?
A 4.0 for Jordan. And here's Lutzka, attempt number 1 in the impact.
Switch tail slide.
He can do that in his sleep.
Of course he can. It was just the last trick of his last run. There you go.
So Lutzka's score coming in at a 4.4. And this is what we talk about all the time, Clem, that ping pong effect. We're going to see you guys bouncing around here. Here's Manny Santiago.
This is when it gets really fun. The back nose grind, a little sloppy. He knows it.
The judges will probably dock him for that. Yeah, 1.8 for Manny.
Yeah, they called that one a back 50-50.
But this is where you want to start stacking those safety scores. Get those numbers up, those first 2 or 3 impact sections, allowing yourself on the final couple attempts to go big.
You got it. And not necessarily Jordan's strongest section right here, but he can still do the tricks. But it's just not his strongest.
Jordan 2 for 2 so far in the impact section. As we take another look at this.
Tail slide fakie. I'm assuming Jordan can ollie and kickflip really far.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he's going to do a 360 flip or a kickflip or something down the big 5.
A 3 on the dot for Jordan Hoffert. Here's Lutzka, our current leader. Attempt number 2.
Smith ground 180 out. So Lutzka just did the tail slide fakie. Jordan did the tail slide fakie. Lutzka got a 4.4 and Jordan got a 3.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's not the first time we've seen it here in Street League or the Select Series, guys, duplicating tricks. Manny Santiago getting back on the course here.
Crooked grind. Just wants to get some tricks on the board.
Nice angle.
No matter what, super scary on that rail. And that's a very low rail to get onto. Often when you hear the pro skaters say, it's too low, it's too low. And someone commented that to me yesterday. Scary back lip attempt.
Hoffert with his first bail of the section, really the first miss for any of the guys here in the impact section. No score. Again, we count the best 3 out of 5 attempts. Here's Lutzka, who's very comfortable so far.
When you have obstacles that difficult to skate, you're not going to see super hard tricks go down on it. This is just a really hard obstacle to ride, especially in the Select Series here. Nose blunt slide.
So Lutzka wasting no time, a 4.4, a 4.3, and now a 6.3 for Greg.
He's got that one dialed. Saw it in practice yesterday. Oh, wait, quick Instagram. Get this up there.
Let's get Manny Santiago. I was just going to ask, is somebody going to flip that stair set?
Very nice kickflip down. The long 5, that is long.
Yeah, it may be tough to see on your screens, but take another look at this angle.
Proper flick. See those shoes Manny's wearing?
Yeah.
I pass now. Proper catch.
Covering a lot of ground, Manny Santiago. Here's Jordan Hoffert already, attempt 4.
You know, I haven't seen a whole bunch of hard stuff go down on those out rails yet. So maybe the guys are saving it for the contest. You know, the out ledge, that's different, easier to ride. These out rails, they're a challenge.
Again, the top 6 guys from qualifying will immediately go on to the Select Series final, and the winner of that will be a part of the Street League prelim tomorrow. Here's Lutzka.
Frontside flip, so good.
That was massive.
He made that look as easy as a tail slide. Perfect.
So Lutzka is 4 for 4, a 6.6, a new section high.
Yeah, Lutzka.
So Greg Lutzka, realizing he's second in the rankings, wants to get in the Street League in the worst way. Here's Manny Santiago.
Oh, missing the front truck on the crooked grind.
And you can see just how scary that could be.
Tons of wax up on top of that thing. You can see his board slip right now.
So that is Manny's first miss, although he does have a 1.8 that he would love to replace as well. So here's Hoffert. And we're down to the 5th and final attempts here for heat number 1.
Wet t-shirt contest, first place, Jordan Hoffert.
the transparency of this tee. Get to look at the tats, the pec tats.
Here we go. Going for that back lip. Nice.
That's it.
He's like, that took 3 tries. How come that was so hard?
And that's the other thing, too, of just your first time in this format as we see it one more time. Just the frustration of knowing you have these tricks, but having to fit it into the regimented amount of spaces. A 5.9 for Jordan.
That was nice. Jordan wants to be out here so bad.
Totally.
And it's great to see him here.
So here's Lutzka, who is yet to miss in the impact section. Let's see what he's got.
Ooh, switch back 180. Almost hitting the tail on the back on the last stair. No joke. That's going the distance on that.
Take the words out of my mouth. A 4.9. So that will replace a 4.3. Real respectable for scores for Lutzka. We don't get ahead of ourselves here, but that's as good of a lock to get in the final. Here's Manny Santiago needing a little help.
Oh, wow. 360 foot. Perfect down the long 5.
There's that trademark smile after the textbook tray flip for Manny.
Gotta love that.
A 7.0. We have a new high score for heat number 1.
Nice. Had it perfect, too. So that set of stairs is not particularly high.
No.
It's just really long.
So that is going to do it for heat number 1. And Manny Santiago, there you see his little son Ocean. As we take a look at the standings after heat 1, it's Lutzka leading the way. Manny Santiago with a solid last trick attempt to bump him up. And Jordan Hoffert there in 3rd. Current leader Greg Lutzka. When we come back, heat number 2, it's the course. Needs at least a 5.1 if he wants to live to see tomorrow.
That's it. Yes. 270 to switch crooks. That'll do it for sure.
A 7.6 for Nyjah. Here is Nyjah Houston. You want to talk nerves of steel? It all comes down to this for the win. Whoa. Take 2. Oh, my gosh! Over the hubba. And Nyjah Houston on the last trick of the contest takes it away, defending his gold medal.
Yeah, I got a permission from Raven Tershi to get a Trunk Boys tattoo. I'm going to go do that next week.
But he is the guy that you do need to seek approval from. I'm glad you got that green light. Here now, Vincent Alvarez kicking things off in the flow section. Again, each skater getting 2 45-second run attempts. We count the best score.
Okay, has Vincent practiced at all?
I haven't seen him on the course at all, including this morning.
When we were
prior to walking into the booth to do this.
Yes, we were out there 30 minutes before this started. He wasn't there yet. Hey, just so you know, the same exact thing happened last week at the U.S. Open. He didn't show up, just skated his runs in the bowl contest out there.
If you come in hot, you come in hot.
That's how he runs it. He's like, I'll get this first try on this, no problem. I don't need practice. And knowing Vincent, he probably skated here from his home in L.A. You know how he does it.
So time running out for Vincent Alvarez, a 2.7, the score quickly coming in. And up next, a familiar friend in the Select Series. Never know what you're going to get out of Corey Kennedy.
Fellow Trunk boy. So we were watching practice earlier, Brando, and he was taking it very seriously. Only Texas playing you're going to see on the street course, I guarantee that.
Yeah, I saw some wall rides of the LEDs.
I'm digging it. I wanna see Corey give it his all. I'm always backing on that. I shake my head sometimes. I'm like, what are you doing here? Because he's so good, so talented.
Yeah.
Proper beam plan. So he's got 2 tricks from 1984 down so far.
I thought if Corey was going to show up, and you never know, I just wondered what this course was going to bring to the table out of Corey Kennedy.
Hey, he's ripping right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to him. Wow, back when he nose grind, of course that's going to happen. Yeah, I want to give a round of applause.
Yeah, you know what? Corey Kennedy, everybody. Maybe the best flow section attempt we've ever seen out of him this year, a 4.2.
You know what? You know what I think it is? He's a morning skater. So just got started.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think
he's in his time zone.
Yeah.
So here's Chima Ferguson, who is another guy similar to Vincent Alvarez and Jordan Hoffert. Tried getting in the Street League via the selection last year. Just missed out in the fan vote, but supremely talented.
first two tricks are solid. The kick, flip, and fakie drifting the wrong way off the quarter pipe, very proper looking. Proper catch.
And again, you can watch this on TV all day long, but until you take your first stab, wow.
Aerial heel flip down the big 5. That was awesome.
Until you take your first attempt in the first flow section of your first Street League event, you have no idea what you're in for.
You got that right. Using that a little differently. Nice to see Shima out there.
So we take another look at Ferguson's first run.
Wow.
And a 5.6, despite the couple bails, Clem takes the overall lead here in heat number 2.
He's a varial heel like it's nothing down there. He made that look like an ollie. That was nice.
Again, 3 heats here in qualifying. These guys aren't just competing against their own heat, but both others as well. With the top 6 advancing to the final. Here's Jack Kurt.
Going mad switch right off the box.
Yeah. Jack had a great contest last time we saw him in Munich.
Yeah, Jack's great. He's fun to watch. Nose grind. Whoa, gel slide going for a switch manual out of it. Those small ledges and mani pads up there, they're open to a lot of possibilities. You can do a lot of tricks on those. I saw a couple edits of Shane O'Neill killing them.
I saw that too. And I know you like to rep the DGK pros.
Oh, man, I'm DGK all day. You think I'm not? I love these dudes. And, you know, that's on bum. Keelan Dobb, it's not even here, man. I wanted to see him in the first heat.
Yeah, no Keelan out here today. So that's going to do it for Jack's first attempt, a 3.6. And scores on the first attempt. Maybe it's for some of these rookies kind of shaking nerves, but not nearly as high as what we saw in heat number 1.
3 skaters in the first heat, 4 in the second heat. Fakie front pivot on that tall quarter pipe. Any trick is scary on that thing. Well, I don't know what he's trying to do there or what he's going for, but when you come right to a street course like that and you're trying to board slide something, you're gonna get a different feel out of it than what you expect. You gotta take at least 5 minutes of practice, Vince. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Vincent Alvarez trying to best that 2.7 from his first attempt.
Switch 1. Front 5-0 going the distance.
And the good thing about heat 2 and 3 is that heat 1 already going, setting that bar. They know exactly what they need and what range they have to get into to be in contention to get into the final. That's going to do it for Alvarez's second run. A little bit better, a 4.4. That jumps him up. And we'll see more of him in the impact.
Still great to see him out here no matter what.
Corey Kennedy.
Oh. You know what? I don't know if you get that frontside fast plant. That is a hard trick. That is a legitimately hard trick.
Every so often in a run from Corey, we just see flashes of the Pretty Sweet video. Yeah. You know the potential.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Yeah. I don't think we saw the frontside fast plant in Pretty Sweet, but it's so funny that he can do that stuff. And that you know, there's the classic Corey. This is what we've seen all year, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm just gonna go out and try something kind of ridiculous and silly. And we get a dance out of it too.
We'll see if he jumps back on the board, but time will expire. What started with so much promise, Clem.
Look at this. Frontside fast plant. It's like, that is a difficult move. You don't see that too often. That's what I saw last week at the Van Dorn
I was just going to say, that's a versatile street skater right there.
Yeah. Starting with a Benihana.
So, Corey's score coming in at 2.4. Here's Shima Ferguson.
And so he's now Shima's doing it too. He's got the front boneless.
A 5.6. He's trying to best. He is atop of heat number 2. And this being his first Select Series contest.
And Shima had a true release party the other night at the Barracks.
Yeah, that's right. Advance.
Go for a switch heel. Down the big 5.
He's closing in on 5 seconds. He's got room for one more trick. We'll see what he hits.
Benihana to fakie. There you go. Ouch. Yeah, you know, you see a guy like Shima, you know what his potential is, and definitely not living up to it out there.
A 2.4 for Ferguson, so he'll hold on to that 5.6. Rounding out the flow section for heat number 2, Jack Kurt.
Switch 5-0, switch crooks. Going for the same run because, you know what, it's solid. And Jack knows what he's doing. He skated every one of these.
Yeah, and that's where you start to really see that experience come into play. first you don't succeed on that first flow attempt, that's all right. Come back, pick it up where you left off, and the judges aren't going to hold that against you.
There's that tail slide switch manning on the mani pad. Nice to see that getting used.
Closing in on 10 seconds for Jack.
Nollie nose blunt on the A-frame. Jack with only one fall. It's going to look pretty good for him. Switch nose grind. That's a tall ledge. That was proper.
So a nice run for Curtin. Trying to best that 3.6 as we see this one more time. Score coming in at 5.9. So that's the tops here in heat number 2.
Proper DPK representation right there.
So it's Jack Curtin laying things down here in heat number 2. A little skating going on in Santa Monica. When we return, heat number 2, it's the impact. Impact section for heat number 2. And I believe Vincent Alvarez may have just, not sure if that attempt went through or not. It did, a 2.7. Sorry if you missed it. We did too. Let's take another look.
There we go. Hold on. You got a manual? All right.
Manual on the out ledge. What do you want, Clem?
Yeah, you know what?
You just got here, man.
I want something I can't do. That's what I want, okay?
So here's Corey Kennedy.
Oh, there you go. Back 50-50 body burial. That was a surprise, very proper.
Go CK.
That was sick.
So Corey Kennedy's score coming in at a 4.4, and we're seeing back-to-back tricks hitting that out ledge.
That was a good one. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, we're talking about how gnarly that out ledge is. Corey Kennedy says not gnarly about it.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely gnarly.
So here's Ferguson.
Nope. Ethereal heel.
Unable to stay on his board. That's his first kick away again. As we take another look. Where'd it go wrong? Clem just right there on the landing. Just couldn't bounce out.
It looked like he had it, but got a little jarred on the landing. Got shot backwards.
Again, each skater getting 5 attempts. We count their 3 best scores. Here's Jack Curtin.
Back nose grind. Proper balance.
Curtin's a guy who understands the format, knows that you got to stack those scores up. So he does just that, a 4.1.
Okay, Jack knows exactly what he's doing. There you go, perfect balance, nollieing off, all good.
Again, the top 6 from qualifying will move on to the final immediately following. Here is Vincent Alvarez.
Front 50-50, back 180 to patty cake, didn't work out for him.
No score for him there, so that is his first kick away. You can use up to a couple of those, but you need 3 solid scores.
It's just like a Trunk Boy session. Crash hanging out. They're just hanging out. Purposely landing on the last stair is even more scary than ollieing it, I think.
A 2.2 for Corey Kennedy. Say what you want. Those are 2 scores on the board.
Well put.
For Mr. Kennedy. Hiroshima looking for his first make of the section.
There it is. Oh, no. I mean, a make, but a sloppy one.
Yeah, a little hand slap at the end. We'll see how the judges score that as we see another look at him trying to hold on there. 4.0.
Yeah, that was a good hold on.
Yeah.
He did good with that. 180 slide out of the end. Could call it a late revert. Whatever you want to do.
Jack Curtin already has a 4.1.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see the actual Street League contest on that impact section because no one's really doing much on it.
Yeah, we've already seen a couple of guys lose their footing on that ledge. As Vincent Alvarez on his 3rd attempt, unable to land there. He stays in 7th place. Again, this is heat number 2. Heat number 3 coming up right after this. Here's Corey Kennedy.
That half-cap board slide was getting got away from Vincent. Corey's going for a kickflip to land on the bottom stair, which is pretty gnarly.
That is gnarly.
Give it to him on that one. Yeah, that's a long distance, about 12 feet.
So that's Corey's first miss of the section, believe it or not.
Shima going for a switch heel. Trick that he's got dialed.
So that's Ferguson's second miss. He cannot afford another one. Here's Jack Curtin.
for that nollie crooks. Man, it was like, got a little sticky on it.
Yeah.
You can see the resistance.
You see it.
Know? I saw P-Rod waxing it like crazy yesterday, and he was getting up on switchback tails.
Vincent Alvarez wasting no time on attempt number 4.
Half cap board slide fakie. That's a proper Vince move right there.
He desperately needed the points as we see this one more time, a 4.6.
There you go, super solid.
Again, you want to jump into that top 6.
That's a cool looking trick. All right,
Corey Kennedy is in 5th right now.
I want to see that. I'd like to see a frontside flip landing on the bottom stair.
That would be very insane. That is Corey's 2nd miss.
So those that are watching, this is an intentional land on the bottom stair.
Yeah, it's not that he can't clear this stair set. He's trying to land there, which the judges will definitely take into consideration.
They will know. I don't know how much higher you're going to get scored.
Oh.
Barely losing it on the switch heel.
So that is Ferguson's 3rd miss, and he is still on the outside looking in that 7th bubble position.
That looked like a make. It didn't look like that was going to happen.
All his misses in the impact have really looked like that thus far. Here's Jack Curtin. Needs a make here as he's sitting in 6th place.
That is with how sticky it's been.
Yeah,
that's a risky one. Fakie 5-0. You could go flying straight backwards on that one.
So Jack doing himself no favors as he stays in 6th. Here's Vincent Alvarez currently in 4th place.
Front 50-50, back 180 out. Super power slide at the end.
Yep, they are not going to count that. So that is Vincent's 3rd miss, but he does stay in the top 6 in 4th place. Here's Corey Kennedy.
Not quite working out, trying to land on that back stair. Meeting up with the cement every single time.
So that's 3 straight bails for Corey as he stays in 5th place.
He's digging wall riding those LED barriers.
Here's Chima, hit the rail.
Wow. Front board slide, 270 out. No joke on that rail.
Just getting away from him, and that's 4 misses for Ferguson. He's having a good time.
I think he is. But he's happy to be
His day is done. He will not move on to the final. Here's Jack Curtin, who could use some insurance.
Oh! He almost had it. So close on that fakie 5-0.
Tough break for Jack. Clem, what goes wrong for him here?
Okay, as he's got it. It's like the way his truck moved right at the end of it. His back truck slid, and then he hit his front wheels on the way off and lost control. You can see it slide right there. Boom, hits his front trucks. Didn't work out.
That is 4 consecutive misses. And Jack Curtin stays in the top 6, but barely. And after heat 2,
switch back tail, like nothing for him. I'm sure he was going for the switch frontside flip manual on that little bank to mani pad, which is really fun little obstacle, by the way. Low impact. Digging that. It's very old man friendly. Frontside flip over the rail. Switch flip manual. Yeah. See, that's why I'm backing him.
This is your guy.
That's why I'm backing him right there.
Ride or die with Felipe Gustavo, Clem. I'm going to hold you to it.
That's right.
Here he goes, hitting the out ledge.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Kickflip, nose manual. Yeah.
Felipe on one with about 5 seconds to go here. See if he can sneak in one more.
Slightly after time, nose grind 180 out on the tall ledge.
But that's as good of a run as we've seen here. A 6.3 for Felipe.
That was nice. Proper frontside flip, catching it confidently. And there's that kickflip nose manual.
And we've said it at every X Games, Ryan. Felipe is a guy that needs to be in Street League. He's got that bag of tricks. There's no reason why he shouldn't be one of the top 2 dudes.
He really does. He needs a board with his name on it, too. I'm backing that.
I think that's coming soon enough.
It better be.
So here is Shredder Shreddington. This is what Evan Smith, who is just the rawest dude in the Select Series, hands down.
He was blowing minds in Copenhagen a couple weeks ago. It was just so rad to see him skate a jam like that was completely open and free. Because that's where he excels. Put a few more transitions out there, and he's killing it. Yeah.
Well, it's been fun to watch him hit the quarters here.
It has. He's been putting a demo on in these quarters right here. He's been doing that trick, that 270 pivot on that scary little skinny ramp.
So time running out for Evan. See a preview of what's to come. A 2.8 for Smith. He's better than that.
Not his best.
We'll see it in attempt number 2. And here's a guy who knows the format all too well, Ryan DeCenzo. He, like Lutzka, right there in the running behind Manny. Would love nothing more than to get his feet.
Yeah, no doubt. Starting out with switch tail slide, then a proper frontside ollie on the quarter pipe, into a hurricane on the bank to ledge, or bank to hubba, whatever you want to call that. And ollie feeble.
X Games Los Angeles is a place where we've seen DeCenzo shine over the last couple of years.
Yeah, no doubt. And if anyone deserves it, he's one guy. 360 ollie over the rail. Super proper. And a back 5-0, because it's always better to do a back 5-0 than just ride by it.
And he's got it timed out perfectly last trick.
Look at that. Oh, he's going for a back Smith. That was a nice run.
Yeah.
Solid.
Really solid run as we take another look for Ryan DeCenzo.
360 frontside ollie, properly directed over the rail.
A 6.6, jumping him up to the top of the heat, and he'll climb up the ladder. Again, the top 6 guys from qualifying will move on to the final.
Munich shredder. Eunice is in, popping out of the 5-0.
So Eunice Amrani says, enough Manny Santiago talk. I'm the defending title holder.
And you just said Manny right when he was doing a 180 fake Manny. That was perfect.
You don't think I write this stuff out, Ryan?
Amazing that you knew he was going to do that. You really were studying practice when we were out there earlier, Brando.
Amrani closing in on the final 20 seconds of his first attempt.
Nose grind. Just putting together a run. Back 180 switch Manny. Man, ripping. Like to see one last trick here. 2 seconds left.
We'll see what he hits. The buzzer goes.
Smith grind. Solid.
Nothing wrong with that. So a very nice first run for Eunice. As we check out some highlights, a 6.0 on the dot for Amrani.
Nose grind. Just above average right there. Nothing blowing minds, but skating good nonetheless.
It's attempts number 2 time, Kevin Romar.
Is that a nose slide? Couldn't see on the angle. Go for the switch tail side 270 out. Losing some footing.
Romar's a fun guy to watch. He's just got to keep his eye on the clock.
He is. He's a fun guy. That's his move right there. Yeah. The ollie backside heel. I'd like to see him do that down the long 5-0. Maybe he's going to do it in the impact section. I'm sure he's saving it, because that's his move, the ollie big spin and the ollie backside 180 heel. And he's a guy, man, I mean, you can't let it go without being said. He's got a smooth afro, right? He's looking good. Ollie backside 360.
So that should do it, unless he tries to get maybe something on flatland. Well, be sure to join us later today for more coverage of X Games LA. Skateboard Big Air Final and Moto X Best Whip and Moto X Freestyle are all on ESPN.
The tail drag, but it's better than falling. There's a frontside flip over the rail, properly directed. He's got that every time.
Yeah.
Got the switch flip. Didn't catch it right for the manual. But you know what? He's staying on his board, and that matters.
Felipe has been a finals fixture in the Select Series in 2013.
Going for the nollie flip out of the nose Manny. You know, I'm still backing him at this point. I haven't swayed yet.
Man, I say ride or die, and all of a sudden there's a bail or two, and you start maybe questioning your commitment. That's good to see your loyalty. Yeah, 4.3, not what he wants, but still have that solid 6.3. Here's Evan Smith, uncharacteristically at the bottom right now, just a 2.8. He's got something up his sleeve, though.
Yeah, he got that frontside feeble on the A-frame. Nose Manny, quarter to quarter. You always wonder what he's got coming up.
Yeah.
Because you know he's got the skill set. Fakey, nose pivot, 270 out. Wow.
Heavy.
Kick flipping the whole thing. Yeah, I want to see a trick up on the top of that wall. I'm just throwing that out there because Evan could do it. But it's big. Ooh. Evan loves to show you that, yeah, I got every flip trick too. He has it so easily. All right, here we go. This is what I wanted to see. What do we got? saw that in practice the other day.
Yeah.
Wall riding out of that.
So, really, other than that, Evan Smith with a solid second run. A 7.0 for Evan Smith, jumping him up.
Judges were feeling it.
Yeah.
Proper frontside ollie.
Such a crowd pleaser, Evan Smith.
He makes you want to skateboard. He's that guy that you watch and you're like, that looks fun.
100%. Here's DeCenzo. I'd heard rumors that DeCenzo might drop into the quarter. Not the case, though, here to start his flow. Second attempt.
Yeah, he was out. He was doing that during practice the other day. Frontside 180 on the quarter. Frontside ollie. He's going for the same run.
Yeah.
Hurricane.
Well, if it don't broke, it ain't broke, don't fix it. It was a 6.6. If he can clean it up a little bit, should be able to jump up his score.
Yeah, a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah.
It's not
the crazy one.
No, it's not. It's not. He's being very calculated. He's not taking much risk. Frontside 360 out over the A-frame rail. Crooked grind. Yeah, going basic.
And DeCenzo's one of those guys, along with Felipe, along with Greg and Manny, that aren't just thinking about, this contest here and now, but, it's not necessarily about win or go home. But it's setting yourself up to be there in the standings to get into Street League next year.
He has a longer goal than just right this moment.
Exactly.
That backsmith out on the rail was really gnarly.
Well, the score coming in a 7.5 for DeCenzo on his second run. A little miffed by that one, right?
Judges were digging it apparently. Yeah. Okay, I'm backing it.
So DeCenzo jumping up the ladder. Jack Curtin's got to watch himself. He's sitting in that 6th position as Heat 3 continues with Eunice and Ronnie.
Switch nose grind. I don't think I saw a wheel touchdown. It looked like for a second there it might have been that. That was rad. Eunice making his way around the course. Regular nose grind. And throwing all the little manual tricks in. Back 180, switch Manny. Super proper.
And it's like we're seeing a different, more confident Eunice. Brazil, Barcelona, didn't even get into the final, just didn't look right. Then it clicked in Munich, and I feel like we're seeing that Eunice again here today.
You always wonder, did someone tell them, hey, you got this? There's a nose grind. Or do they go, hey, wait a second, I got this? You wonder. As a team manager, or one of the guys at Nike might have shaken him going, hey, what are you doing? You're good enough to win this.
So it's a 6.7 for Eunice Amrani as he's able to best his score. It's X Games Los Angeles, Heat 3, hitting the impact when we come back. Qualifying right now. Greg Lutzka holding on to the top spot as Heat 3 gets ready to take on the impact section. A lot of familiar faces in the crowd. We saw Louis Vito preview. Pretty amazing to see Corey Kennedy in the Select Series final. Here's Kevin Romar starting us off in impact.
Woo! Proper kickflip. He did that easily.
Again, each skater, as we take another look here in qualifying, getting 5 attempts. We count their 3 top scores, and that's a 5.4 for Kevin Romar. And here's Felipe Gustavo, currently in 12th place.
My man, my pick. Kickflip nose Manny. Proper. You know what he's going for next. Nollie flip out.
He's got it.
No, he's got it.
A 5.3 for Felipe, who jumps into the top 6 with that landed trick. And with that, Jack Curtin officially eliminated. Now Corey Kennedy is in that bubble spot, but Felipe is currently in the top 6, and Jack Curtin's day is over.
DGK calling it a day.
It works on so many angles. Here's Evan Smith. There's a nice shot of a green room of some sort, but Evan Smith putting it down. A 6.1 for Evan, and that jumps him up into the top 6, 4th overall. And Corey Kennedy, with that landed trick, is bumped out.
There's that back Smith that we saw at the end of DeCenzo's flow run.
Ryan DeCenzo with the score there of 5.4. And this is the ping pong effect on steroids, Clem, as DeCenzo jumps into the top 6, momentarily bumping out Felipe Gustavo, putting Vincent Alvarez on the bubble. Here's Yunus Amrani.
Whoa, nose grind, 180. Front side out of it. I didn't see that coming.
So with that, Yunus should jump up into the top 6, which he does in the 4th, bumping out Vincent Alvarez and putting DeCenzo into the 6th spot. But take another look at Yunus.
Whoa, I thought he was going to jump off that. I didn't know that's what he was doing. Looked like he didn't have it. But he landed it solid.
So attempts number 2, Kevin Romar.
Ooh, that was nice. Ollie up, ollie back, 180 heel off. Didn't know what was coming right there. I wonder if he's going to try to nollie back 180 the whole set. That's his move.
That would be rad to see. A 4.0 for Kevin Romar, and that gets him closer to those top 6. Here's Felipe Gustavo.
Nollie, flip, nose manny. I thought he was going to nollie flip out. He's checking him off the list.
Yeah.
So he got a 5.3 on the last one.
A 7.1 for Felipe Gustavo. He jumps into 3rd place.
I want to high-five the judges on that one because that was a good call. Proper scoring.
Stacking those scores. Here's Evan Smith.
Oh, that was sick. 180 switch Manny.
And that is the first miss for anybody in the impact section for heat number 3. Evan stays in that 6th spot. Here's Ryan DeCenzo trying to get into the top 6.
Switch feeble, 180 out, going to forward.
That'll do it. He just needed to land the trick to get in. He's just down 0.3. A 4.5 jumps him up. And he now is in 5th place.
A little sketchy coming out of that one, but he pulled it off.
So here's Yunus, already in the top 6, would love some insurance.
Oh, switch back nose grind. Too easy for him.
And Yunus continuing to put it down. That's a 6.9 from Ronnie, jumping him all the way up in the 3rd place. And just like that, DeCenzo is back in the bubble spot. Here's Kevin Romar trying to get into the top 6.
Can't describe it any better than ping pong effect. Nollie back 360.
Needed a 5.3 or better to jump into the top 6. A 3.2 doesn't get him there.
I was going to say, I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. Maybe he's playing it extra safe right now to get some points on the board, but that is not going to get him.
He does have 3 consecutive makes. Here's Felipe Gustavo already in the top 6.
Felipe skating in like straight mani pad, going for the switch flip manual. Avoiding the rails.
That is Gustavo's first miss. He stays in 4th place.
Did I tell you how hard I was backing Felipe today?
Evan Smith not able to put it down there.
He got surprised on that one. Back nose grind, full speed ahead. Didn't work out for him.
So that's Evan's 2nd miss. He cannot afford another. He's on the outside looking in right now. DeCenzo sitting in that 6th spot, hitting the rail.
Oh, now on that he did the switch feeble, come out switch. I wonder what the judges are going to say about that one because he just got the 4.5 on the switch feeble, 180 out. It was very sketchy.
The judges like what they saw, a 6.2.
Wow.
Jumping DeCenzo all the way up into 3rd place. Jordan Hoffert now in the bubble spot. Here's Yunus Amrani.
Wow. 180 ollie, switch nose manny, 180 fakie manny, whatever you want to call it. That was proper and under control.
Yunus Amrani making this out ledge a playground obstacle. A 6.6 for Yunus Amrani. We have a new leader, Clem. He takes over the top spot.
Wow. Nice to see it.
So here's Kevin Romar. A 5.6 or better gets him into the top 6.
Go for a nollie big heel. You know, he's got 3 tricks in. He needs to start jumping down the stairs or really using the rails.
That's Romar's first miss. Cannot afford another one. So here's Felipe Gustavo. He's sitting in 5th. Didn't see what happened there. Hopefully we will in a replay. He's Clem's pick as we take another look.
What do we got? Frontside flip, proper catch, proper landing. Yeah, Felipe.
You wanted to see the frontside flip over the stair set. You get it. A 6.7 jumping him up into 3rd place. Evan Smith needs a 4.7 or better to get into the final.
There's that nose grind. He was wondering what happened on the last one. He's laying on the ground, shaking his head.
A 4.5 for Evan, really putting pressure on himself as he still doesn't have enough He's going to need to land something, anything on his 5th and final attempt if he wants to get in there.
Got that right.
So here's DeCenzo. He's already in, sitting in 5th place.
Front 360.
Going hard.
He was going hard on that. Trying to bump his score up a little bit, or maybe to see if he can even do it, because he's anticipating being in the finals.
So the Dark Star Pro will stay in 5th place. Here's Yunus Amrani, our current overall leader.
Go for some flippage out of that.
So Yunus with his first miss, and now it's time for the 5th and final attempt. Kevin Romar, a 5.6 or better, gets you into the final.
There's an ollie big heel, almost landing it, not quite. Still don't know what he's doing out there.
Didn't take your advice, Clem.
No, I didn't. Can we get a speaker that we can push the button and just yell at those guys right on the course?
Why won't you hear me?
Just do something else.
So here's Felipe Gustavo.
Wow, going for a 360 flip nose manual.
He actually could have taken the lead there. A 6.7 or better would have given him the top spot, but no matter, he is safe as he will move on to the final. But here's Evan Smith. Just needs to land something.
There you go.
And he knew it.
Hey, he did know it. Someone told him, or he's paying attention.
Needed a 0.2 to knock off Jordan Hofford. Gets a 1.4. And with that, Evan Smith is officially into the final.
And I like how he keeps skating around. It's like he's putting a demo on. He's like, I'll just keep going.
And Clem, again, that echoes back to Kevin Romar not taking the advice. Could have made it really that much tougher for Evan Smith.
Could have. He really could have.
Ryan DeCenzo wasting no time there.
Yeah, front feeble.
So after the front Phoebes, a 6.0 for Ryan DeCenzo.
Locked in.
And rounding out qualifying year select series, our top overall leader, Yunus Amrani.
Doing it for the glory right there. Didn't even need it.
Not able to stick it, no matter, as Yunus holds on to the top spot heading into the final. We take another look, Clem.
Hopefully we'll see this in the finals. Slipping right at the end. It's like he went for the flip a little too early. There's a better angle. Slip. There you go. Nope. Board wasn't there when he flicked it. Save it for the finals.
So as we look now at the standings overall from qualifying, it's Yunus Amrani, Greg Lutzka, Felipe Gustavo, Ryan DeCenzo, Manny Santiago. It is Street League Skateboarding Select Series final time. Some heavy hitters here for the top 6, Clem.
You got it. And of course, I'm sticking with Felipe. Killing it today.
He's been his pick all day. Evan Smith, Manny Santiago, Ryan DeCenzo, Felipe Gustavo, Greg Lutzka, and our top-ranked qualifier, Yunus Amrani. But how did we get here? It was Heat 1. Manny Santiago already got a couple Select Series wins under his belt, but skated really well. But it was really Greg Lutzka pacing the way, looking so effortless in both the flow and the impact section. Had the lead for most of qualifying, but no one qualifying, surprisingly, from heat number 2. It was heat number 3 with some bangers. Yunus Amrani showing you just how he got that top spot, trying to defend his gold from Munich. And of course, Felipe Gustavo, Ryan Clemens' pick, making it look so easy on the out ledge.
Look at that. Look at that. He isn't even moving on that. Perfectly balanced.
Smooth. So look at the rules here. A little bit different in the final with the 6 athletes. Flow section stays the same. Each one getting 2 run attempts. The best score counts. We now add in the control section, which is really a best trick portion. 4 attempts each. The best single score counts. And then we move on to the impact section. 6 attempts with the best 4 scores counting. What's on the line? I don't know. The winner advancing to the Street League prelim tomorrow?
Yes.
And the top 2 dogs from the Select Series by the end of today will move on to Street League in 2014.
2 new Street League contestants next year. It's exciting to even think about that.
So much on the line beyond just winning here and now. So, as we've said all season long, it's really been Manny Santiago keeping pace. He won X Games Brazil. He won X Games Barcelona. Uncharacteristic 11th place finish in Munich, but he still sits atop of the standings there. Greg Lutzka right behind him, but man, that is a tight group, those 4 or 5 guys right behind him.
It's going to be close. DeCenzo, Gustavo, Curtin.
So Manny Santiago trying to lock up that spot to get into Street League. But to give you an idea on what Manny Santiago brings to the table, here's some action from earlier in the season.
Manny killed it in Foz.
Yeah.
He was super hyped.
And Barcelona, not only did he put it down in the Select Series, blowing away the rest of the field, he moved on to the Street League prelim, got through that, got into the final, and ended up getting a bronze medal.
Yeah, everyone was shaking their heads there, right?
But then it was Munich, where he just didn't look like himself, didn't see the trademark smile. There were talk of maybe food poisoning, not feeling well, and just didn't look on it all weekend.
No, he wasn't on. He wasn't feeling it. He wasn't the happy Manny we know.
Yeah. All smiles, though, today for Manny Santiago. He is #1 in the Select Series ranking. And as we said before, family in tow out here in LA. He lives downtown. He probably skated over here. The comfort of being in your own time zone goes a long way. There you see his cute little son, Ocean.
Oh, look at that.
Felipe and Manny showing some love. And again, we've talked about Manny. We've talked about Gustavo being your pick, Clem. Who else should the fans be watching out for today?
Eunice. You know, he's in first place right now. He can win this. He can be the one going to Street League tomorrow.
He's proven it already.
Yeah, and he already did it in Munich, and he's surprised it's in Munich because we weren't really thinking about him too much. And it's like, oh yeah, Eunice is in the house.
And the amazingness of just the dichotomy of guys out here. You have Evan Smith, who's an absolute ripper, kind of skates to his own tune.
Yes.
And then you have a guy like Lutzka, who's a trained contest skater, has everything mapped out to the T, and each one's having success. Speaking of Evan Smith, he's going to start us off here in the flow section.
Yeah, loose, flowing, make you want to skateboard. That's Evan Smith right there. You can watch any video part of him before you go skate if you just want to go cruise around and have a blast.
And you've been known to listen to some of Evan Smith as a soundtrack when you're skating.
Oh, sure, man. Drowning Clowns, feeling them. You got it. I'll blast them out. Kickflip over the whole Manny head. He doesn't even need it. Frontside ollie on the Jaquan wall.
Evan Smith picking up where he left off in qualifying. Skating very well here in attempt #1.
He is putting it together right now. Looking really solid. You know, when you win the qualifiers and then you go to the finals in first place, it's like, you know, it's like going back and winning again.
Very true.
And it's hard to do. He's in 6th place. He's got his eye on first place.
As you can see, giving it all he's got as we take another look. His score coming in 7.7 to start things off proper.
Solid. Judges were feeling it. That kickflip definitely helped. Going the distance on that, and then when you flow like he does, like I said, it just makes you feel good about skateboarding. Great angle on the wall ride. Not quite landing it.
And it may be tough to see from your screen, but that is high.
Yeah, that's a scary one. It's just hard, high, intimidating. Kickflip front 50-50.
Manny Santiago on his first attempt here in the flow section. Again, each skater getting 2 attempts here in the flow. We count the best score.
And he's smiling all the way. Whoa! Lost his footing. Didn't quite have his balance, so he couldn't get set up for that kickflip.
Yeah, and it looks like that first miss kind of setting the tone for Manny, but he is a pro. It shouldn't deter him.
He didn't quite regroup after that.
And that's fine. That's why you get 2 of them.
Yes.
As he closes in on the final 5.
Now Keeble showing us he can do it.
Trying to squeeze one more, and I don't think he'll get it. So Manny Santiago undoubtedly will look to rebound on attempt #2 as he has to settle for a 2.3.
Yeah, not Manny's best look. Right there with that 2.3.
Here's Ryan DeCenzo, skated so well in qualifying. Would love a win but really wants to get in the Street League in 2014. We'll see how that dictates with his skating out here in the final.
He popped out of that switch tail slide so good. Ollie on the quarter pipe. Hurricane on the bank. It's a little mini hubba ledge. Same run we saw in the qualifiers,
right.
But he's just, going to do it better. Nollie Bugle grind. Making his way back across, 360 Ollie. I wanted to say that before he started it because I knew what he had. But that's not a diss. He's just showing his strategy. He's in the contest to win it. I mean, that's what he's here for.
And he's got this thing timed out so well. Final trick as he's hitting the impact section.
Back Smith. He's got the run so dialed. It's too easy for him.
So a great first run for Ryan DeCenzo, a 6.7. The judges hand that off. So here's Felipe Gustavo, who has at times at each X Games in 2013 just flashed brilliance.
Yeah, we know he's got a switchback tail every single time. There's a switch frontside flip manual. Pulling it together. I just want to see him win this. I want to see him in the finals. It'd be so good for Felipe. And he held on to that to a fault.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if he could get away from it. There's lots of good Instagram right there. We've got an image of that.
So Felipe hitting the out ledge. No.
I'm glad he kicked that one away. You don't want to fall like he did on that switch flip manual on that big ledge. That's all right. He's got 2 runs.
Gustavo just showing you a little bit of what's in store and the type of tricks he has in his bag, a 4.0. He's going to look for a better showing on his second attempt. Up next, though, Greg Lutzka, who absolutely slayed it in the flow section during qualifying. I expect nothing less here in the final.
Switch tail slide, start out, missed it on the frontside flip on the quarter pipe. Tail slide popping out 270 proper. Got a foot above that thing on that pop out. That was sick. Making his way around. Lutzka, he doesn't go slow. He skates with confidence, man.
You know what you love to see out of Lutzka is he's hitting every obstacle, really flowing around the course.
270 lip.
Comes back up to the four-sided volcano there, hitting the rail.
He's got the contest hustle.
Yeah. One more trick.
Smith ground with a proper 180 ollie out.
So outside of that early miss, a really solid run for Greg Lutzka.
There it is.
And a 6.1.
There's that Smith ground 180 out. That was solid. Yeah, so far on that outlet, nothing really mind-blowing, right?
And that's why we said at the top it would probably reward the more consistent skaters if we're not going to see any massive scores.
Yes. Eunice put it together.
And another thing about this one, Clem, this final, there are no wild cards. I mean, the 6 guys that are here should be here. You know what I mean?
Switch 5-0 right there. Super solid. Eunice showing that he's got it. Frontside switch and regular. Max on 180, switch Manning. Oh man, what happened there?
Final 10 seconds for Eunice. Again, the winner from today's final will move on to the Street League prelim tomorrow.
I'll go with that knowledge pitch out of that. Crooks.
So that's going to do it for Eunice's first attempt in the flow section. A 5.0 puts him in 4th place. And we begin with attempts number 2. Evan Smith starts from the other side.
Whoa!
Massive.
Backside 360 ollie. So sick. Slowing down on this, look at these lines. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what you see from Evan. Did you expect that? No. That's how Evan does it.
And the judges reward that. Wow, that's really just the subjective nature of skateboarding. And the shred style that he has really is appealing. We know that to the judges.
Back knee revert on that sketchy quarter pipe. That was sick. Evan's got it like that. Where's he going? He's going circles around the course. He's lost.
There's so much power. Just that I don't know if he even necessarily knows where he's going to go.
Yeah, not a didn't right there. I'll tell you
Obviously
that
not.
A Benihana over the rail. What's he doing? So he had the first 25 seconds pretty good.
Yeah, as we take another look off the top, a 5.5 for Evan. He'll hold on to the 7.7 from his first attempt.
That back 360 is so good.
No joke. And look at this over the rail.
That was a serious hop.
Amazing. Get this man a bottle of water, please.
Yeah, help him out.
So here's Manny Santiago. Currently sitting at the bottom at a 2.3, but already a better showing on his second attempt here in the flow.
Manny, just as Lutzka, doing the same run. But once again, not a diss. Totally get it.
Yeah.
Contest. You got a goal here. And the goal is to win it. And that's how Manny and Lutzka approach this thing.
So
crowd support.
Having a little trouble staying on his board, but still has 10 seconds to play with.
Big spin board slide.
And he's got that on lock. See if he can get one more in. And hit that rail. Again, just gets that in. Manny Santiago.
360 shove lip. Yeah, Manny. Back.
So, after a questionable start to that attempt, rights the ship, a 5.3 for Manny.
Two solid tricks right at the end.
Needed him. So that jumps him up into fourth.
That trick is so hard that he ended with. It's like, I think that forget. Because he can do it so easy.
Oh, time and time again, all these guys. So here is Ryan DeCenzo still in search of that first ever Select Series win. You know, Clem, at the start of X Games Brazil, if you would have asked me, I would have said by now Ryan DeCenzo would have won at least one of these.
Yeah, you're right. And man, going back to Brazil, remember how much he was struggling then?
Yeah.
It came right off that ankle surgery, and he was in full rehab mode, and he's like, I'm still going to skate the contest. He had a hard time out there.
Well, look at these 6 guys. All of them have been skating in the Select Series every single X Games event.
Yeah, Eunice
there is
too, right?
no newcomer.
Yeah, that's right. Eunice as well.
So it's taken them a little while, but they understand the format and what's at stake here as DeCenzo unable to stick that.
Going for that front feeble at the end.
So a 6.4. DeCenzo will hold on to his 6.7 from his previous attempt as he stays in second place. And here's Clem's pick up next.
Yeah.
Felipe Gustavo. He's in 6th place.
I really want to see Felipe put it together.
Didn't have that first attempt he was looking for. Trying to best a 4.0 here.
Is that switchback tail? Oh. Hey, you know what? Switch no comply. That's what I'm going to call it.
That's what we call it.
Hey, there you go. Switch no comply wasn't right.
It's a make.
You know, he wanted to do that. Frontside flip over the rail. He's got that one every time.
Very clean.
There's that switch flip. Man,
Nails it.
So good. I can hear live announcer Andrew Cannon yelling about it because he's excited
Love
too.
when Cannon gets excited.
Yeah, he's great, man. Oh, kickflip nose manual. What happened? What happened?
Felipe just unable to put that one down. We'll see if he's going to attack something as he gets down to 2 and 1.
You know, Felipe doesn't quite have the hustle.
Yeah.
Whoa, kickflip nose slide. He doesn't have that Lutzka hustle really about getting to the next trick.
There he is on the volcano going over that rail.
Look at that.
A 4.8 for Felipe, so better than his first attempts, but what goes wrong from here, Clem?
Well, he doesn't quite get the manual under control, but he pops off good, and then you're like, whoa, what happened? The board gets away from it. The board he wasn't centered over it. He was behind it. Nothing he could do. Gonna lose it at that point.
So up next is Greg Lutzka at a 6.1. Skates the flow section as well, or if not better than anybody here.
Switch tail slide. Going for this frontside flip. You know, DeCenzo does. Yeah, DeCenzo does the frontside ollie on that. Lutzka does the frontside flip. There you go. Tail side 270 out. He's putting it together.
Already looking better in his first attempt.
Yes, real solid right here. Skates with confidence, like I said. Over and over.
You can't give Lutzka too many chances because he will take advantage.
Yes, you got that right. He will do it. Ran into him in the parking lot yesterday with his pops out here visiting. Sweet, super cool.
And again, Lutzka timed perfectly as he drops in with 5 seconds to go. As he hits this ledge.
Tail slide. Slopping out of it and still landing it at the end there. Lutzka put it together. There it is.
Another look.
And that frontside flip is good. That is good.
Judges like what they saw, a 7.2 for Greg Lutzka, jumping him up into second place. So here's Yunus Imrani. He's already got a 5.0 to his name.
Going the distance on the nose grind. 180 fakie Manny. Put it down. Hey, Yunus can do it. We know this.
Yeah. Again, Yunus Imrani taking the win in Munich, getting surgical out here.
Wow. Showing us he can do it switch nose grind. So proper. Ooh. Denali 270 switch front border.
Came in a little hot as he's got 10 seconds to play with here.
That's one of those where you think you landed it and you end up on the ground. Like, how'd that happen? Man, if he had done both of those tricks back to back, wow. And look at that, broken board. That's how good he landed. Hopefully, team manager Luis Cruz is out there with another board ready to go.
Wow. Yunus Imrani. So that's a 4.5 for Yunus on that second attempt. But all we can think of, really, Clem, is what could have been here.
Yeah. Look at that switch nose grind. So good.
Start off hot. And this will break a board.
Nollie flip. He stomped it. He had that so good. I thought his foot slipped off the back
foot. Yeah. Stomp the yard right there. So, with the flow section officially in the books, it's Evan Smith leading the way, with Greg Lutzka and DeCenzo giving chase. And it's time for the control section. Felipe, Gustavo kicking things off. Again, each skater getting 4 attempts. We count the top single score.
What? Switch flip, back tail. Man, that was too easy for him. Man.
Look at this one more time.
I mean, he's done how many switch back tails today? Like 8 already? And then he does a switch flip into it.
Look at that P-Rod.
Yes, very good call. Brazilian P-Rod.
Yeah, and 8.2 for Felipe Gustavo. Remember, he's gotten a 9 in this section before. Did it in Barcelona.
Yes. The 360 flip nose grind.
Yeah, that's right. So we've seen the best out of Felipe in the Select Series in the control section. So an 8.2. Giving him the overall lead. Up next, Yunus Imrani.
I think we're caught him by surprise right there. He's going to do the 5-0 360 flip out. Yeah. That's his move. He's got that one.
Again, each skater getting 4 attempts here in the control section. We count the single best score. So these guys can work on a trick. They can afford to miss a couple, but they need that solid make. Here is Manny Santiago, already smiles, not even sure if he's gotten the word yet.
But knowing Manny, he probably knows.
Yeah.
You know, he just knows this stuff. He pays attention. Manny's giving some commentary back.
Yeah. So Manny not happy.
Who's going for the burial heel feeble grind? Or board slide, not sure.
So here's Ryan DeCenzo on his first attempt attacking the rail.
Now his nose blunt slide. Blocking it solid.
No problem there for DeCenzo.
That's like too easy for him. That's like a 50-50 for him. He's like, oh, now he nose blunt slide?
A 5.2, so he can only go up from there. Love the super slow-mo here.
Oh, yeah. That's much higher than really. Wow. Smash it down onto the rail. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Danger.
He could read a book during that.
So a novel. Greg Lutzka with his first attempt in the control.
Ooh, 270 nose blunt. Lutzka move, man. So dialed.
So this up and down rail seems to be the obstacle of choice here so far in the control.
That obstacle, it is an 8.4.
An 8.4. We have a new section high. It's early here in the control. Evan Smith, though, with his first attempt.
You always hear about the skaters enjoying that particular obstacle. Wow. That 270, the switch front pivot. Gnarly.
I don't think anyone else is going to be hitting the corners here in the control. I could be wrong, but Evan Smith, an 8.5 jumping Evan back up into first place.
Judges high five on rewarding that one. That was a great call on that. So hard. No, you know what? No one's going to do that. No one.
That's true. Here's Felipe Gustavo.
Well, maybe he's going for the switch foot.
Yeah, no score.
I don't know.
No score for him there. Again, the control section, each skater getting 4 tricks each, and the best single score counts. So these guys aren't really losing it if they kick away a couple. In fact, you could really kick away 3, just get that one solid score, and you're golden.
Yeah, that's all that matters in this particular section. Ooh. Nollie 270 switch front board. Not working out.
So Eunice unable to land that. That's 2 straight misses for him there.
Bro pounds right there.
Manny getting bones from Evan.
Right.
Said, hey, if I can do it, you can do it.
It's going to help him with the flow power right there. Almost locked into that.
A little closer for Manny this time, but still no score. But if he is able to land that thumb, where do you see that falling?
Mid-7s, maybe high 7s, low 8s is the absolute highest. It's a hard trick.
Yeah.
I don't know how much love he's going to get on it.
There's Ryan DeCenzo.
What? No, he'll nose slide. Shove it out.
DeCenzo, stand up. The crowd letting him hear it. An 8.2 for Ryan DeCenzo. Welcome to the 8 Club.
That was rad. There you go, nollie heel. I thought that's all he was going to do. I was like, oh, he's just going to do nollie heel nose slide. Nope.
Look at this one more time.
Proper shove it out. Look at that. Look how solid that was. It was like nothing.
In some circles, we would call that board control.
Yes. You know, DeCenzo is so good. I went to China with him a couple months ago. I went to skating with him a couple days. And he's so amazing when you go around with him.
That's right. Manny was on that trip as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We had a good time.
So Lutzka, after an 8.4, it is not able to put it down there. He does have a solid score already to his name. Here's Evan Smith.
Not sure if Lutzka can improve on it.
Yeah.
All the way around. I knew it. I knew that was coming. 270 pivot, then revert.
He had an 8.5. What did the judges give him here on that variation? An 8.9 Clown.
Almost. You know what? That trick, I almost think it might be harder the other way. Yeah, because coming back to fakie right there, because your body's already in that momentum. But, you know, either way, it's super hard. It's so crazy.
Either way, that is the highest score of Evan Smith's Street League Select Series career.
How rad to see him do exactly what he could do, adapt it to the course, and excel at it. Whoa, switch flip, nose grind. Felipe is psyched.
Felipe, a switch master, already an 8.2, a 9.0. Clem, he's back in the 9 Club. Felipe Gustavo.
He's got it like that. See, that's why I was backing him the whole time, man. I'm backing him all year.
Oh, I was waiting for that. Man. I was waiting for that Felipe Gustavo with the first 9 of the day.
Look at that. Nice, Felipe.
Well, and look at these guys checking out the replays. They got the ISX scoring there, so they know exactly where they're at.
Oh, it's like the Brazilian jig he just did right there.
That was so good. Everyone pumped for him. Here's Eunice Ronnie still looking for his first make.
No, it's 70 split front board coming out just too easy for you.
Ain't no thing.
That was nothing.
Ain't no thing from Ronnie.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
An 8.2, and the scores are coming out today, Clem.
Yeah. You know, it's when you get to the finals. It's you know, weeds out the guys that aren't going to get these scores. You get in here, and
these are the performers.
That's it. Everything's super good.
Already 8.2. He and DeCenzo actually have the lowest scores in the section. That's how next level it's been.
Eunice needs a board with his name on it as well.
So here, Manny Santiago still looking for his first make.
Maybe he's just going for board slide. I thought at first he was going for the feeble, the variable heel feeble, or the big heel feeble. And then the second time I thought that, right there, I'm like, maybe he went, you know what, and then he just landed the board slide. I don't know.
Well, that's his 3rd straight bail. He'll get one more crack at that trick if he so chooses.
You think he's just like, I don't care, I'm skating Street League next year anyway. Maybe that's what it is.
Nah, man, that guy wants to win. Here's DeCenzo.
Oh, I think he's going for the switch 180 feeble.
Again, each skater getting 4 attempts, and we only count the single best score. DeCenzo already with a really solid 8.2, so not as much pressure to get points on the board. And here's Lutzka, as you said before, Clem, not sure if he's got anything that could best that 8.4.
No, he's going 360 flip nose blunt slide. That would beat it, but I don't know if he's got it. I don't know if I really remember seeing him do that trick.
No, I haven't seen it. He hasn't really looked close. Well, here's Evan Smith. Had an 8.9 already.
Yeah.
Storming the other quarter.
Now what's he going to do? Wall riding it.
Oh!
Back 180 out. I don't know how you couldn't give him a 9 for that.
Just for the scary factor alone, I know he didn't land it, but man, look at this.
Yeah.
Who else is doing this, Clem?
No one. And back 180 out of the wall that high, I don't know if anyone's ever even done that. That's so scary. And
I mean, that's just 11 feet up.
Yeah, that doesn't.
No, just coming in. That's how high up it is.
Is it?
11 feet. That's
Yeah,
a basketball hoop, and then add another foot.
That's no fun. That is no fun.
So here is Felipe Gustavo.
Getting tapped. Switchback tail going for the switch backside flip out.
That's going to do it for Felipe on his 4th and final attempt. It doesn't matter. He's already got that 9 club as he stays in 4th place. And here's Yunus Amrani, currently sitting in 5th.
Man, if Felipe had just done a better flow run, that really held him back. That low 4.
Scores are tight as we get ready for the impact section momentarily. Yunus Amrani,
hey, getting a solid bro handshake before he rolls in. Is my board forward or backwards? All right, I got this. That's what he's thinking. Amrani making his way up. Switch front crook something. I don't know what he was going to go for.
Got stuck there. No score. He'll hold on to that 8.2. He stays in 5th place. And here's Manny Santiago, who's sitting in 6th, yet to make a trick here in the control section. He's the only guy that's 0 for 4 so far.
Unreal.
Will he get it?
Whoa! He got a little squirrely on the way up.
Yeah.
And look at that. Look at Mama.
Yeah, his lady likes what he sees.
Yeah.
And the consummate professional showman, an 8.8 for Manny Santiago.
Here we go.
Take another look.
You know what? I was a little low on my score.
Wow.
Judges liked it. Fans were digging it as well, huh?
The Manny Santiago section, liking what they see. So that jumps Manny up into 4th place. And the crowd already there with him. And here's Ryan DeCenzo on his 4th and final attempt.
Wow, the switch 180 feeble, you don't see that too often. You have to actually go over the rail and then land into a feeble.
So a couple straight bails for DeCenzo, but he stays in 3rd. Up next, though, Greg Lutzka, sitting in 2nd place, could take the overall lead, would have to get to the 9 club and then some. A 9.5 or better would actually give him the top spot. We'll see if he goes for broke.
He's getting psyched up for this 360 flip nose blunt slide. Let's see if he can land it. What, man? That was a solid attempt. That was a solid attempt right there.
That was close. But you know what that tells me too, Clem, is he already had a solid 8.4.
Yeah.
And he's showing me that he's not afraid to go for the big points. Where's it go wrong?
So he gets on it, boom, it slips away from it. And you can see his front foot was barely on the nose, barely. It was on and off.
So no score for Lutzka as he stays in 2nd place.
If he was wearing vulcanized shoes, he's feeling the edge of that board right now, I can tell you.
So here now, still our 1st place leader, Evan Smith. Is he going to give it a go one more time? Looks like it.
Crowd loving it.
Again, Evan dropping from 11 feet in the air. He'll hold on to that 8.9. As we see him.
It's no joke on that. All right, so you got transition and then a lot of like 80-degree slant.
Yeah.
Just to get up to the top of that is not easy to do.
No, that's a challenge in and of itself.
Look at that. Well, losing the front foot. Cat-like though, landing like no problem, right? I mean, he's almost 11 feet tall anyway, so it's not even that big of a deal.
Evan Smith, even with the miss, stays on top. And he is on one today. Still our current leader through the first 2 sections of the contest. But Clem, it is getting tight. Lutzka and DeCenzo, Manny right there behind him.
Look at that. Nipping on him.
So Felipe will move on to Street League in 2014. Manny Santiago has already secured a spot. Who is going to join him? Yunus Amrani kicking things off in the impact.
Yeah, kicking the board away. He was going for that nose grind, front 180 out, but he did not work out.
And this is where you want to stack those scores, Clem. Get those safe numbers up so you can afford to take chances there at the end. Here's Felipe Gustavo. He's your pick.
That's my boy. Kickflip nose Manny. That's right. Hey, and we're going into a section where he can be strong. Yunus can be strong. And, you know, Evan's going to have a tough time in this section.
You're absolutely right. We said it from the top that we didn't expect huge scores to go down in this impact section because it's just so long.
Yeah,
these obstacles are so gnarly, so it really favors the more consistent skaters. But there's a guy who could do it all, Manny Santiago.
What's on the side of his head? Oh, never mind. It's just the bleached hair.
That's just more hair.
Okay.
A 5.5. Look how much ground Manny covers there.
You know, the kickflip over that distance is not getting a ton of love from the judges.
You know? It isn't.
Maybe they didn't skate that course because I rolled down those stairs.
Well, here's Ryan DeCenzo.
There's a switch feeble 180 out.
Again, the winner from today's Select Series final will move on to the Street League prelim tomorrow to skate with the big dogs. DeCenzo yet to do that in 2013. Would love for today to be that day.
It was a proper 180 pop out of that switch feeble.
A 6.3 for DeCenzo puts him into the top spot. Here is Greg Lutzka, who is right behind Manny in the season standings, wants to get in the Street League next year. Tricks like that'll help.
Switch tail slide on the gap out ledge.
Nobody is smarter from a strategy perspective than Greg Lutzka. He knows this format so well, and you may say, well, 4.2, that's nothing to write home about. It doesn't matter because he knows how to put points on the board and when to do it.
Yeah, Lutzka is checking it off the list. Back nose grind for Evan.
So Evan Smith, who was our leader heading into the section, but with a couple makes from everyone else, it was all the way down to 5th. That 4.4 for him there jumps him into 2nd.
Evan's such a skater. You know, he can't roll around the course without doing tricks.
Attempts number 2. It's Yunus Amrani. Kicked away his first.
There it is. Oh, what happened?
What did happen?
I think he was a little late on the 180. That's what I think. It started to get away from him. Here we go.
Take another look.
There it is. I don't know. The board went forward. He stayed back. Didn't quite work out for him.
Didn't commit. So that's his second miss. Yunus cannot afford another one. Here is Felipe not able to get the board up, though.
That's a risk you run when you nollie flip into a nose manual. You're going to hit your nose on whatever obstacle you're trying to get up onto once in a while.
And that would be a long manual. That ledge is no joke.
Yeah, no easy trick to get into as well. I mean, just that whole combo of tricks right there that we get nicely rewarded like he has in the qualifiers. What happened there?
It looked like Manny had it, and really a landed trick would have jumped Manny into the top spot, but let's see where he goes wrong.
He got jarred on that one. Look at that.
Yeah.
Feet were in the middle of the board. He had no control over, no ability to turn it out because he landed kind of sideways. He got pitched.
So here's Ryan DeCenzo, our current leader.
Ooh, frontside blunt slide.
Making it look easy.
Yeah.
Already a 6.3. On his second attempt, a 6.7. And now we see the crafty vet building up those scores.
Nice.
Says enough talk about Manny and Lutzka and Felipe.
Crafty vet. That's so, you know, I never think of him as a vet, you know. He won Tampa Am like 7 years ago. I remember, like, I'm getting old, man. Doing these things for a long time.
You were old then.
Yeah, I know. Smith grind 180 out.
Lutzka putting down another solid score. That's 2 straight for him, a 4.8, and that jumps him up into second place. And Lutzka, even if he doesn't win this thing, he is in the driver's seat, Clem, to get that second spot.
And I think he knows that. And, you know, he's earned it this year. He's skated very solid the whole time. Wow. Back 180, over the rail, gapping it. That's Evan for you right there.
Evan Smith easily skating his best of the Select Series in 2013 here and now. A 6.3 jumping him up in the second place.
Big ollie.
Here's Unison Ronnie, attempts number 3, yet to make a trick.
Switchback nose grind. Doesn't get any more balanced, perfect, and smooth than
Looks so easy.
He does make it look easy. Sometimes you think his switch tricks are easier for him than his regular.
I was just going to say.
It's like P-Rod style, right?
That looked just effortless switch.
It really did. You see that front arm, too? He's like, oh, I got this.
6.9.
There's Felipe getting calculated. Nollie flip nose, Manny. Man, unable to hang on.
And that's just like the first 80% of that trick is wasted, man.
He got a little wobbly right here, a little wobbly, and he didn't get the right pop at the end. Therefore, the board stayed up there. He couldn't bring it with him.
So we'll see if he comes back to that, because that is his second miss. He cannot afford another one. Here's Manny Santiago sitting in 6th place.
Going for the frontside flip.
Unable to catch it there, so that's where he'll stay. Phone come out?
Yeah, phone came out. Yeah, hopefully he's got a case on that thing. Or maybe he cracked the screen. You know, just a little tip. Hey, man, just, you know, get a little iPod or something, you know?
I'm always impressed by how many guys skate with their phones.
How'd you do that?
Chris Cole does it.
Does he?
Scheckler.
Especially when you're doing rolls out of your tricks like that. That was very martial arts-ish. He got out of that very easily.
DeCenzo, by the way, is making his case to not only win here today, but to be a force tomorrow in the Street League prelim. He's skating that well.
He is skating good. What a comeback over the last few months, right? From Foz?
That's right. A Foz where it's, he didn't look comfortable in the format, really looked like a mess, didn't do too much better in Barcelona. He's gotten progressively better, though, and is in the driver's seat here today. Here is Greg Lutzka.
Nose one slide. Super easy for him.
And if DeCenzo is skating like a champ, Lutzka is his co-pilot, a 3rd consecutive make, and he is on his way.
Yeah, he wants that spot in Street League next year. You know this.
Again, the only guy who's really giving Lutzka a threat in the rankings, Evan Smith if you need him, is Ryan DeCenzo.
I want to see if he scraped his nose.
It was a make of 4.1, but look at this one more time.
I don't know about that one. That was a nose scrape the whole way. 180 switch Manny. Not to take it away from him.
Well, the judges give him points. Look at him now. Was it a make?
Yeah.
And Evan Smith yet to miss here in the section.
There's Cole, team manager for Element.
You never know what you're going to get out of Evan, especially in the impact section. But getting some points on the board. Here's Unison Ronnie.
That one was so hard. 180 fakey Manny.
So that is Eunice's 3rd bail. That's going to hurt him.
It's not working out forward. He was looking so solid coming into this.
Now here's Clem's pick. Felipe Gustavo needs a make in the worst way here.
Oh, come on. Oh, this is the one right there. I couldn't call it. It was so solid from the landing. The nollie flip, caught it. Nose Manny.
My lips to his ears. A 7.3 for Felipe. And just like that, he's back in the mix.
Under control. Yeah, Felipe.
So he jumps up into 4th place, climbing up the ladder. Here's Manny Santiago, who's in a weird spot. Already a couple of misses.
He didn't go for the frontside flip again. He went for a crooked grind, and he got it, no problem.
So he says, I'll take the points, knowing what he needs, a 4.2.
Yeah, yep.
And he'll begin his ascent. Up next, though, Ryan DeCenzo, who's been leading the whole way here in the impact section.
Rolling up switch feeble, coming out switch.
Wow.
I like that one better than when he comes out 180 to regular. That looks good. See if the judges show him any love here. There's switch feeble perfectly locked in. Like nothing.
So DeCenzo with the 6.5. He's got 4 straight scores in the 6 range. So he can afford to take some chances. Coming up, here's Greg Lutzka.
Solid frontside flip. Stomping. It's land.
You're right. Lutzka yet to miss here in the section. A 6.8, and that is a section high.
He's amped.
Here in the
Look
final.
At smashing his board on the way.
Lutzka knows exactly what he needs. So calculated. Here is Evan Smith, who's anything but.
I saw a wheel touch.
Where do we go there? What do we go with?
I don't know, man. I saw a wheel touch on that one. It's almost like not even a trick.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a weird one, you know?
Yeah, as we take a look, the judges just giving him something, a 2.3.
Yeah. I was being really harsh on him. There you go.
Yeah,
wheel touch. You can't fake that one, especially in the super slow-mo. I'm being harsh on him, but Evan's one of my favorites.
So it's still a make for Evan.
Yeah.
As he stays in third.
No.
And Evan Smith, just very animated.
Yeah, that was nice. He's on stage. He's performing.
So Evan Smith stays in third place. Up next, though, Yunus Amrani. Oh, that would be so heavy if he could pull that off, Clem.
Yeah, and it's like he got pop out of that nollie flip out of that.
Look at this one more time.
Look at that. Wow.
So clean. Ooh, just steps off.
Just missing it. I'd like to see him do that.
That is Eunice's 4th miss. That's going to keep him out of contention, but he has been skating well.
Yeah.
Felipe Gustavo.
He's like, I got the frontside flip.
The best he could do right there was get up to third. He needed a 6.6. Gets a 6.8, so he's putting himself in position.
Look at that. Solid. I'm not sure what Yunus is doing. He's hanging, relaxed. It's a Euro summer, you know?
So here's Manny Santiago. Evan either trying to throw him off or has no idea what's going on.
What is it, the frontside flip time right here? Everyone's doing them.
So again, Manny putting points on the board. That there, a 6.6. As we take another look.
3 frontside flips in a row. Not in a row, but 3 frontside flips. Solid.
Evan Smith likes what he sees. So here's Ryan DeCenzo. He's been flawless. I'll tell you right now, if Ryan DeCenzo wins today, he takes that 2nd spot. I just got that note.
Oh, wow.
So DeCenzo.
Nollie lip slide popping out, all stylish.
And he's doing nothing to shake that. A 4.4. That is his lowest score of the section.
You know, that trick, it's just not super hard.
No.
That's why he's not getting a huge score on that.
Yeah, he could have afforded to take some chances. As we said, he is the lead. But again, like I said, if DeCenzo wins this event, he gets that 2nd spot and gets into Street League in 2014 and bumps out Lutzka from trying to get that 2nd spot.
Ooh, tail slide 270 out, all proper.
But Lutzka's got something to say about it.
Lutzka's
needed a 7.5 or better to take the overall lead. It's a 6.8, and we're getting ready for a barn burner on the final attempts here between those two cats.
I don't know what Lutzka's going to be able to do to get a 7.5. I'm not sure.
Well, here's Evan Smith.
Whoa! Kickflip over the bar and gap, landing on the bank ramp. Evan Smith demoing around the course.
That was crazy. A 7.8 for Evan Smith, and he's putting himself into the winner contention conversation with that make right here.
That was so good. Of course, you know, we haven't seen him try it. Typical Evan style, right? Because he can just do it. He's got the snaps and the jumps.
You can't expect anything less from Evan Smith.
That was so rad.
On his 5th attempt. So it's final attempts time. Look at Manny talking to Lutzka. Hey, you want in with me? You want in Street League next year?
We need some mics up there. I just want to hear what's going on.
So let's take a look now at the SLS Select Series overall season standings. We already
could have given him a 6.9 on that. That was so good.
So Felipe throwing a wrench into all of this with that trick.
He's like, what's up? Felipe's here.
So Manny actually cannot win the contest. The best he could do is 3rd place.
going for it 100% with that 360 shove it too.
But it don't matter. He may not live on to be in the Street League prelim tomorrow, but he has already secured a spot. Here now, Ryan DeCenzo. He's in second place. If he wants to get into Street League next year, he needs a solid make of 6.4 or better. He needs to win this contest to get into Street League.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close, man. That could be a 6.5 or higher. 360 flip.
Needed a 6.4, a 7.1. Ryan DeCenzo is in first place.
Wow.
Take another look.
Look how solid. Judges know it was perfect. Rolling away with tons of speed on that 360.
So clean. When the pressure was on, Ryan DeCenzo delivers, but will he be able to hold on to it? Greg Lutzka can knock him off. He needs a 6.3 or better. Can Lutzka take the lead?
He definitely has a trick that's a 6.3. It's a matter of if he's going to land it or not. We'll see right here.
No! Greg Lutzka unable to land, and DeCenzo is in the clear at the moment. But remember, Evan Smith can take the win here and now. Evan needs a score of 6.6 or better to complicate things.
It's going to be hard for Evan to do that.
Can Evan win on the final trick of the contest?
It's going to be tough right here for him to do it.
What's he got? No!
It could have been close, man. It could have been close.
With that, Ryan DeCenzo moves on to Street League next year.
Wow.
DeCenzo, on his final attempt, secures the win here at the Select Series. We'll move on to the prelim tomorrow and gets into Street League in 2014.
What an upset. Can you imagine how Lutzka's feeling right now?
And look at Street League Commissioner Rob Dierneck pointing it out.
Showing it off. That's right.
Congrats. You have joined the elite.
Hey, if anyone deserves it, DeCenzo does. Not saying that Lutzka didn't. He deserved it just as much. But boy, DeCenzo skated his heart out all year, came back from an injury, and here he is.
You could not have asked for a more dramatic finish. DeCenzo will be joining Manny Santiago as those two take the overall top 2 ranked spots in the Select Series, and they move on to Street League. And of course, Ryan DeCenzo moves on to the prelim for Street League tomorrow. What a whirlwind of events. Ryan DeCenzo joining us now live from the court.
He was injured, but then through each contest, he's gotten better and better, and here he wins.
Well, there's a final look at the standings here from the Select Series. It's Ryan DeCenzo just edging out Felipe Gustavo.